Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be replacing this old with this new. Let's see how it's done. Alright, in today's video, we're going to be taking the heater core out of this S10. And if you watched my last video, you've seen I took the dash out. As you can see here maybe in the video, everything's gone. So this should make this job a super simple job. We're not replacing this, not because it's necessarily bad, but so I don't have to take the dash back out if it is bad once I get the truck up and running. So let's get started. Okay, so heater core removal, and what we're going to do first here, as you see, it makes it so much easier without the dash in here, of course. But if you were to take the dash out, you'd probably end up having to pull it out some and then wiggle it out to get your hand up underneath there. This is just going to make it so much easier, and at least it'll give you an idea of what you're going to be looking at when you take this apart. Now this, in particular in my truck, looks like it has been out already. And from what I can see, just first of all, is you're going to have some 1/4-inch screws, one here at the top, one here at the top. It looks like there was two here. Of course, like on this truck and other spots, I found some missing screws. So there's one. And then also down here at the bottom, as you can see, you're going to have one that goes there, and then there's another one over here. So there should be 6 screws. Like I said, I don't know if these are the right ones that are going here, but that's what they have in here. These are 1/4-inch on my truck in particular. So I'm going to grab a 1/4-inch socket and a ratchet and extension, and we'll get this cover popped off. So now that we got the heater core cover off, as you can see, you're going to have a retaining, kind of like a clip on each side here, and you're going to have 4 screws in the corner, which are also 1/4-inch, one in each corner. And that should free this up so we can pull this out. So I'm going to take these 4 out, and then we will look at putting the new one in. So let me grab my tool and I'll be right back. So heater core removed. After I remove these 4 retaining, you can see it's like a little clip that holds it with 4 1/4-inch screws on each end. There's what you're left with here. Took the old one out here. So now we'll grab the new one. We'll put it back in here, place some of this foam, and we'll start putting it back together. Okay, so we got the new heater core in the little HVAC box. Run the things through the front, made sure they were in the correct spots. Everything's good. Got the retaining clip back on. Now what I'm going to do is change the foam on the outside of this cover here. You see, this is all nasty and chewed up. It did come with some new foam for that in the box. And then we'll put this back on here in a minute. Like I said, this has been off before. 1/4-inch screws in the corners. Don't know if that's the correct size, but that's what the previous owner had in this. This has obviously been off before because there were screws missing on the cover. I think I got some 1/4-inch screws, so I'll probably put a couple more in just for good measure, but I don't think it was going to go anywhere with just the 2. I would say probably didn't put them back in because of the difficulty of getting that in and out with the dash still in, which I could see this would be a major pain. But I'm going to put this cover back on, change the foam, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, so I have the heater core inside cover for the HVAC back on. Put new foam here on this piece that slides into this other piece here in the dash for the HVAC and that door. And then I put the screws back in the top, and I found 2 more 1/4-inch screws that I had in like a junk bolts and screws pile. I put those in over here on the side. I don't put any in the bottom. I don't think you really need those. Like I said, they only had 2 in it, and it didn't come loose that I'm aware of while it was like this from the previous owner. Take a look up here in the front. We'll take a look here. As you see, I'll put some tape on these for now so we don't get any bugs or anything in there, but goes right in there like the old one did. Hopefully this doesn't cause me any problems. I do want to mention also that this, even though this is a heat only box, I actually have a video on my channel where I wired this together, hopefully give this power to use a heat only. This was an AC truck. I did put an AC heater core back in this truck as well. I believe the heat only trucks have like little short tubes that come out of the firewall. So if I ever decide to put air conditioning back in this truck, which is a possibility, I may do that. So that's the reason I decided to go with the AC version. It should work fine Still, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, given it's only going to be a heat-only truck for now. Quick recap of what I did. Dash was already removed. You have 6 1/4-inch screws in my application, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's one over here, 6. Pull that off, remove that cover, and then when you get behind that cover, you have your heater core itself. It does have 4 retaining 1/4-inch screws in my application as well, 1 in each corner, and then there was like a clip that went on top of each end. Pull that off, pull that out, pull it through the firewall and replace it. Put the new one back in. I replaced the foam over here, put the 4 screws back in each corner, and then of course you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on your tabs there. New 1/4, and then there you go, new one is in. So that's how you change the heater core on this S10. Of course, my application was much easier. As I mentioned before, the dash is already out. I changed it because it wasn't necessarily bad, but I didn't want to have to mess with it again, given the fact that it might have been. So now I have a brand new one in there. Shouldn't have any problems with it, I hope. And we should be able to run our heat only and defrost if I ever need it in this truck. Okay, so you might ask, what's next now that we've done that simple task with the dash? Well, I have the dash to finish, restoration, paint. Not going to put that back in yet. We have the front brake line that goes to the front brakes. I need to finish that. So that's there. I need to fix the bump steer a little bit. Now, I'm not going to be able to get that perfect yet. I'm probably going to have to end up taking that somewhere. But I can probably get it a little bit closer. Do need to finish that. Of course, I need to hook the heater hoses and stuff up. I need to hook all this wiring up and maybe trim excess. There might be a 1 or 2 there that I don't need yet. And then get all this hooked up, cleaned up, stuff like that. And then we have our 1 ground that I need to hook up there on the frame still from one of the other videos if you watch that one. And that's where we're at with that. And then from there, I'm kind of at a predicament because I don't know that I'm going to take the truck the route that I want to go just yet. I might end up waiting and do that a different time. But my next thoughts were either if I can find it in the budget. I want to put an 850 cage in this while this is all torn apart. Is that realistic right now? I don't know. But if not, my plan is to get the interior done. I might do some floor mat, and I'm going to put some rust, what's that called? POR 15 or something similar to that on the floor in the back there. Paint all that up. Get that interior all nice. And then we'll probably work towards putting on the radiator, get that stuff hooked up, and then I'll probably start working on the front fenders, put them back on, and start reassembling it if I end up going that route for now, which as of right now, at the time of this video, that's kind of what it's looking like. So it's a very good possibility that we may just be putting this truck back together without the 850 cage for now. Can always do it later. I'm not going to overdo the interior for now, but I'm going to make it to where I can take it out and hopefully put the 850 cage in after we go ahead and start reassembling the truck. My only predicament there with that really was this part here. I didn't want to put the dash back in without having the 850 cage in here. So that's something I need to think about. It's going to add time to the build. It's already been several years, if any of you all have stuck along with the videos over the years. So that's where we're at with that. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll wrap this video up. Hopefully get another one out to you soon. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.